This is music, and this is another round of first impressions. Welcome to another first impressions video. In these videos, I share with you my first impressions of the many blind buys I've picked up lately. The inbox is full again, and that means that it's time for some more first impressions videos after a little bit of a break. And we'll start with some cool stuff I bought from Nathan JJ from the Tokyo Vinyl channel a while back now. And we're talking basically all classic Japanese hard rock and metal. He threw in this one here as a freebie, which I really appreciate. Lazy Blue. I had not heard about this band before, let alone heard their music before. I would consider this to be classic rock, but hard rock adjacent classic rock, if that makes any sense. It does have a lot of hard rock elements to it for sure, but I think the guitar tone is a little bit too jangly for at least for me to consider it hard rock. So it's pretty much straightforward, good, fun, catchy, guitar-driven rock music. And the songs are actually really enjoyable. The singer has a bit of a cigar voice. I mean, it's not like husky or harsh or anything like that, but it just has a slight distortion to it. And it did take me 15 seconds to kind of get into the headspace of, okay, that's a way to sing. But once that clicked, it clicked, and this is a good, fun listen. Definitely recommend it if you just want some fun, jangly sounding guitar rock. Lazy Blue. Okay, up next we got this one here, No More Pain by Doom. And it's not doom metal. I know there's a kind of a hemp leaf down here that might even further suggest doom metal. It actually says Junk Thrashin' Art Cafe. And this is thrash metal. It's kind of raw sounding. It has maybe Venom vibes to it, maybe early German thrash metal vibes, without being as primitive and harsh as either of those two. It is a little bit sloppy, but it's just part of the charm. The songs are fast and aggressive for the most part. The vocals sound like he's kind of angry, but it's also kind of experimental in places. And somehow it kind of reminds me of French thrash metal, with that kind of sophisticated experimental edge to it. There's a slightly punky edge to this as well, without it being crossover, in my opinion. But it's a really good listen. And this one came with the Flexi disc, and that's a really good song on there too, uh, with a little bit of that experimental stuff going on in it. So yeah, this is really cool thrash metal. If you want to check out some thrash that's probably obscure in the West and a little bit different, but still recognizable, uh, certainly check out No More Pain by Doom. I really enjoyed listening to it. Up next, we got this one here, Mother by Gastunk. And this one here is kind of a mix of speed metal and traditional heavy metal from the 80s, and a little bit of hard rock as well. So there's a lot of melody on here, but it's also quite fast and aggressive in places. You have some all-out speed thrash metal songs, but then you have other songs that sound, yeah, like traditional heavy metal, and some that even have a very melodic hard rock elements. And this is actually a fantastic album. I think this is brilliant. I really enjoyed listening to this. This is awesome. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I really like how they've managed to really balance uh, the aggressive, thrashy, speedy elements on the one hand, and then the hard rock, heavy metal, and even classic rock in places elements too. Fantastic album, Gastunk Mother. And the next one is Cheat Under the Sun by Gastunk. I already had a copy of this one, which I shipped out in a VCLT to Metal Marty Mac, and then I picked this one up instead. Um, and this one has a flexi disc, which I hadn't heard the song on the flexi disc, so I guess there's an element of first impressions in here. I actually have two copies of this one. I have this one right here, and then I have another one with a completely different uh, piece of artwork. But anyways, still Gastunk, uh, still thrashy. This one has more punky undertones to it, but it also has the traditional heavy metal elements. It has a lot of melody, but boy, you got some fast speed metal songs here too. Excellent stuff. Absolutely awesome. Uh, Not a first impression. It sounds like the track on the flexi disc is some kind of live recording, but it sounds really good for a live recording, and it's a great song too. Kind of like, that's heavy metal style. And we got more Gastunk. This one is uh, Vanishing Signs. It's either an EP or a single, however you want to look at it. And yeah, this one leans less, I think, into the punky side of things and more into the um, traditional heavy metal and kind of speed metal side of things too. And as you can see, they got like crazy hairdos and makeup and stuff. And I think this is maybe like an early iteration of Visual K as well. This is a really good EP or single, or however you want to consider it. Great songs on here too. I mean, Gastung is a great band. I think that song is probably their punkiest sounding album, in my opinion. This one doesn't have that much of it, but I think it's cool that they got like, you know, slightly different approaches on their different outputs. So that's cool. Now we will turn to an absolute, yeah, these guys are veterans of Japanese metal. X, also known as X Japan, and this is Blue Blood. And this is a fantastic album too. You got a couple of really fast speed metal songs, almost like power thrash songs. Um, Definitely you have some things that are a little bit similar to Halloween on here, but with X Japan's like own Japanese take on it. And I'm starting to think that a lot of the power metal bands that are around nowadays in Japan that sound like they are very inspired by Halloween, I think they are probably also very, very, very inspired by X or X Japan. Great album. In addition to the speed metal tracks, you got some melodic hard rock tracks, you got some straight up traditional heavy metal, and you have a couple of ballads. You got insanely good musicianship across the board. This is another fantastic album. I probably prefer the speed metal and power thrash metal songs the most on here, but it's a great album. Absolutely fantastic. And the last one is kind of a cheat too, because I already have a copy of this one on CD. But I've never seen this on vinyl here. I had never seen it on CD here either, to be honest. But yeah, this is Vanishing Vision by X Japan, and I've heard this one before. It's great, fantastic album, fast speed metal songs again, very similar in style to Blue Blood. I think Blue Blood sounds better in terms of the production. The production is more, it's more it's fatter, it has more substance to it. This one is a little bit thinner. And yes, you got the cover artwork, which probably wouldn't fly today. You got some great songs on here. Fantastic fast thrash metal songs, speed metal songs. Not that much of that Halloween feel on here, but you got more of a, I guess, maybe a uniquely Japanese sounding power thrash, speed metal, whatever. And you got a couple of ballads on here and some classic rockish songs, hard rock, traditional heavy metal. Fantastic album, definitely a classic. So there you go. Uh, these were my first impressions for the most part. I know I cheated a little bit of the really cool vinyl I bought from Nathan JJ from the Tokyo Vinyl channel. I like all of this stuff, but as always, check it out on your own and see if you like it. For now, thanks for watching.